Let's have a look at scroll groups and also the drag action type. And when looking at both of these topics, we're going to be considering scrolling content, so content that can kind of transition horizontally or vertically. Start with scroll groups, and I've got some artwork set up here on the scroll group and drag section of the start file. Let's start here, and I've got an asset here that is like a tile or a thumbnail, and under design I'm going to turn that into a repeat grid, and I'll just add a series of elements to that repeat grid. Maybe I'll move it over here so that when we select it, it's not interfering with that other stuff. Okay, and to make a scroll group, I simply need to go to Object and go Make Scroll Group. You can make them horizontal and vertical. And then for this instance, I'm going to go with horizontal because I kind of want to scroll through the these Trek options. So I'll click horizontal, and you can see that the scroll group has been applied, and we've got a round bounding box, and we've got kind of edges to the scroll group where we want to set that. I'm going to set it right on my thumbnail edges. So when I preview the prototype now, I can actually drag through and get access to those different bits of content, which is good. It allows the user to see different options. So that's good. Scroll groups, I reckon you'll find them useful. Another way to do a similar kind of thing is to rely on the drag action type. In this situation, I've got a bit more of a more complex kind of carousel interface option set up here. So we'll just have a look at this first panel here. I've got 3 options to scroll through, and the idea is that when you scroll from one to the other, the option kind of grows or shrinks. So let's look at how we could set that up using a drag action. What we need to do is actually create a completely new version of the page, and we need a new version of the page for each of these kind of final states. So you can see here I'm working with 2. I'm going to drag from this thumbnail to this one here, and I've generated over on my second page here another version of the carousel where my finishing state is enlarged, and I might actually muck around with the images as well in the finishing state. So inside the mask there, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so that it kind of animates when I move my carousel. And with this one here, I'll make the figure a bit more kind of in the frame. So we'll transition from this over to this, but we'll use a drag to get there. So that's good. Let's wire it up, and we'll start with this thumbnail here, and over in the prototype page we're going to wire that thumbnail to this next page. Okay, and we're going to use a drag trigger. So when I drag on this, as if I'm like sort of swiping it, it's going to trigger this action, and it's going to auto animate from this page to this page, and hopefully it'll kind of follow the animation that I've set up using those sort of a start point and an end point. Let's test it. So I'll drag, and you can see that I can kind of go back and forward between these two objects, and it has a nice kind of snap to it. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the next one because now I'm on this page, but I can wire up my second thumbnail here back to this page over here. And we'll use a drag this time. We'll use auto animate, and we're going to go to the drag one page. So let's test that now. Dragging my carousel, and it will snap to the end page, and now I can go back and snap to that page. So that's a cool way of getting a bit of a carousel happening with the drag action type. Obviously, I'd have to have another page for my third panel here in the carousel.